Website recovery, quick steps to follow around. All right, so, you know, the first thing you want to do to recover your website is you're going to want to audit things. And auditing a website to figure out what's wrong with it can be kind of difficult, I'm not going to lie. If you were on the stream when we did the live stream audit at the beginning, we'd really, me and Nick have been doing SEO for quite some time now, and even me and Nick couldn't, even though we found a bunch of things that we thought were problems, you really have to dive in things and really know what you're looking at to like truly audit something, right? And figure out what the problem is. But anyway, so, you want to audit and make sure you're kind of even going in the right direction at first. We like to start with off-page audits a lot of the time. Just because actually we can do off-page audits like quite quickly. I feel like.
Yeah,
Yeah, we've gotten quite
for our
good
show
at it, right?
especially, the on-page stuff is hard, yeah.
So for off-page, you're going to be looking at stuff like anchor text, ratio, like how natural does anchor text look. Then you're going to go and look at the backlinks itself and just see how many of them actually look like they're quality links. You can do this by applying filters like maybe a low DR of like 10, sites that get more than 250 traffic, something like that. And then out of those links that are left in there, then you can go through those and see how many of them are any good at all. And that don't look like Fiverr stuff or just some random like directories or whatever, just links that actually have some relevance and some power to them. But yes, off-page audits, definitely want to do that and see if there's anything wrong there. And then I feel like most people, what they're having problems with right now is like helpful content or like EAT kind of related stuff. And these things are kind of like big topics. So we're not really going to be able to go over everything in the questions, but what you can do is you can just, I guess I'll pull it up on the screen, helpful content guidelines, Google. So you can pull up Google's helpful content guidelines, which I'm showing here. Another thing you could do is Google EAT. You could basically do a search and find the same thing for EAT. You can find what Google looks at for EEAT. So look at all that stuff. Basically, it's how they determine if they think a website is trustworthy or not. But yeah, so between helpful content and EAT, there's a lot to unpack there. And so those are some things you could definitely check out. We also have an article where we actually have a checklist, but the article actually hasn't been updated in quite some time, so I'm not even really sure what's going to be here. Let's see what we've got in here. So yeah, you can look at like manual actions in Google Search Console. That's always a good thing to do. Make sure your site's not hacked or anything, of course. Backlink audit. Yeah, well, you wrote down spam here, but spam could be like link spam. It could also be like content spam, but that would also be kind of covered. Helpful content guidelines. Thin content's definitely a thing. No keyword stuffing. Definitely do some kind of on-page audit, right? Make sure your on-page is decent. Another big one is just make sure your stuff is matching like search intent, right?
Yeah.
Basically, you want to make sure you're not doing like any of like the big stuff that Google really hates. Then you also got a bunch of like older stuff like cloaked links, cloaked images, whatever. Yada yada. Anything you can think of off the top of your head, Nick?
No.
I think we've got one more article on this. I just want to see what it says too, because I'm just kind of drawing a blank since it's such a big question. It's like this one is kind of an audit checklist we have, but it's also a very old one. So again, manual actions, check for recent algorithm updates and see if you were hit like around one of the updates. That could give you a big clue as far as like what you want to be looking at for like maybe what you did wrong. Like if you're hit like right after a helpful content update, or if you're hit right after a core update or something, then you can get more information by actually looking into those updates and seeing what they targeted, if the information even exists for that. Looks like this article is kind of the same as the other one. Anchor text, spammy links, negative SEO could be a thing. Definitely, you can also look at stuff like your technical SEO, like lots of like 404s or just weird problems going on with your technical SEO. Maybe your competition just got better even. But yeah, anyway, I think you kind of get the point here. There's like a ton that you can look at, and there's not really like a quick answer for you that you're looking for where we can just give you like a bullet point list of stuff.
Yeah.
When we audit sites, the first thing I would do is I would go into Ahrefs, I'd look at the graph, see if it had like a huge drop, and see if that was like right after an update. And that I would kind of go from there as far as a clue. I would definitely do an off-page audit right away because it's just so easy to do. And then I would kind of just start digging in deeper from there. But yeah, sorry I can't give you quick steps, right? We actually get asked to do paid audits a pretty decent amount of time, and we don't offer it at this point because it'd be a completely like new thing we'd have to scale and train people to do around, and they take a lot of time, right? And it's also, a good audit, like a really good audit, can end up costing you quite a bit of money as well. So
Yeah.
maybe that can also help you understand why we can't really give you a quick like checklist for this type of thing, because there's quite a lot you're gonna have to look into. But anything else you want to add on that, Nick?
No, I think you covered it pretty well.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the links below for more info on this topic, as well as other cool stuff like SEO case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks, and happy ranking.